Hello and welcome to this first pre-match analysis of our 126 Melee tournament. So, this is the first match in the tournament. It is actually between myself and Jhrdog here.
Hello?
I am joined here by Jhrdog and Supreme. If you'd like to say hello.
Hello, I'm
Hi.
Jhrdog.
I'm Supreme.
I'm
And
Supreme on Tuesdays.
Supreme is taking the place of Shrillix, who will usually be commentating with us, but he's not here at the moment, so Supreme's going to take his place. Shrillix, if you're listening to this, I hope you're not too angry, but we've got tons of matches to cover, and that's just in the group stages. Anyway, before we go into this pre-match analysis, I think that we should go through all of the upcoming groups and group fixtures. Simply so that when I upload this, you guys will be prepared for the upcoming matches, what to watch, when to watch it. So, I'll read out Group 1 and all of the upcoming matches, and Jhrdog, if you'd like to read out the people in Group 2, and Supreme, you Group 3, and we're going like that. So,
Where is it? It's Group 1 or Group 2?
you see
It's
the
in groups and group fixtures under Melee Tournament.
in
In the
transit.
TeamSpeak.
Looking for it.
In the TeamSpeak.
I don't see Melee Tournament.
You see just the channels above us, those ones in red.
Mhm.
The one at top's called Groups and Group Fixtures. Yeah. Okay, so in Group 1...
Group 2?
Yeah. So in Group 1, we have myself, and we also have Jhrdog. I'm going to be fighting Jhrdog today. And we've got Jamsy, who will be fighting Surg. And we've also got Braver. Everyone in the group will be fighting each other. The two people with the most points at the end of the group stage will go through. You get points for killing your opponent. You lose points for dying. You'll have 3 duels per match. Yeah, if you'd like to go on to Group 2.
Alright, Group 2 would be Lord Jon Snow, Rositz, Saucy, Supreme, and Edward.
So, Group 3?
Jamook, Tempchar, Rick, Shrillix, and Max.
And in Group 4, we have AJ, Shotty, Shadowhunter, Sticky, and Singsong.
In Group 5, we have Willem, Oliver, Vortex, Mad Mike, and Stuart.
And in group 6 we have Grebe, Sarem, William, Reichner, Bazzy, and Dave Rave.
Or William Treaty, depending on who comes. In Group 7, we have Sponge, Demon, Skelet, Ulrich, and Crocodile.
And in Group 8, we have Jovius, Steamy, Game Silver, Med, and Anissa.
Ooh, very exciting. I'm especially looking forward to that Group 8 because they've got some good players in there. So, before we go on to this match, I think we should go through all the groups, and I think we should point out to our viewers any key melee fighters who we think that, you know, may take it through. So we'll ignore Group 1 for now, because this is the current group. No point going through there. So Group 2. Ooh.
I would say maybe Eddard.
Maybe Edward. He hasn't played for a long time, but we'll see if he's still got it in him. I think that Supreme will do well in that group.
Yes.
Because his melee has certainly shone out more than Saucy and Rosix, who haven't been here as long. I also think Lord Snow will do quite well.
Yeah.
What about Group 3? What do you think about Group 3, Supreme?
I know Rick will most likely go through. I've seen him in Melee, he's pretty good. And I reckon maybe Jamook or Tempchar. They are both very good melees.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Rick. He, I have to say, when me and him fight, we do give each other a bit of a challenge. He does a lot of feinting. I tend to chamber him a lot. Jamook, yeah, he's okay. I wouldn't say he's on par with Rick. I definitely think Rick will come first place in that round.
Yeah.
But Jamook does know what he's doing. He does know how to fight. As does Tempchar. Tempchar, I'd say, is slightly better than Jamook, but, you know, Jamook could still quite easily beat Tempchar. Shrillix is good. The only problem with Shrillix is I only taught him how to block. He can't kick, he can't chamber, as far as I know, and I'm not sure how he is with the anti-chamber, so he'll have to rely a lot on the feinting and the blocking. And Max, he is Russian, so he's pretty good. So that's quite a good group. What about you, Jada? What do you think about that group?
I think basically what you said is right on the nail there.
So, Group 4. This is difficult because there's a lot of inactive members in this group.
Yeah.
So,
AJ's not that good at melee. So I wouldn't expect him to go through.
I actually haven't seen this group doing very much melee recently.
Right?
So, I don't know. I think that Shadow can block. Blocking helps in melee, so Shadow's got a chance. I know Sticky, he's okay. He can fight because he spent a lot of time on the game. Sing Song, Sing Song's not going through. Just put it out there. You say AJ's not great at melee.
Not really.
That might put him down then. And Shotty, I've seen Shotty in a few events, but I haven't really been focusing on his specific melee, so it's hard to judge. So that one's quite a difficult group. What about you, Supreme? Do you know anything about these players?
I haven't seen any of them at melee, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. All right, if you're in that group, you really need to shine out a bit more. So Group 5. Here are the more newbie players. The only person who is not new is Stuart.
Yeah. I've seen Willem, and Willem's pretty good at melee.
He's okay. He's not that fast though.
Yeah.
So you know, if I just screw my feinting, just go for a quick down attack or a quick up attack, I can catch him off guard. But can the others do the same? That's the question. Oliver is on a similar level. I'd say Willem is slightly better. Although it is hard. I mean, they both do a lot of stuff together. They're both good friends. They tend to work together. Vortex, no, he doesn't play enough of the game. He could get a lucky shot out, but he doesn't do much training in melee because he doesn't play enough of the game. Man Mike, he's okay. He's okay at melee. He did a lot of native melee, I believe, so he could do okay. And Stuart, he hasn't been here for a while because his PC was having issues, but he's fixed it now. So it depends. Has that time away dampened him?
Right.
Yeah.
So have any of you got anything to say about that group?
Not really.
I've seen Willem at work a little bit, and he seemed alright, so I think he's a good contender to go through.
Yeah. Group 6. So, at the moment, it looks more likely that it's William Treaty instead of Dave Ray, but it could be either. This is once again a lot of players that don't fight as much. They're not so active, but I have seen some of them fight. Bazzy is okay.
Yeah.
Bazzy knows what he's doing, so I think Bazzy will come somewhere. William Reichner is on the same sort of level, so I think those two are the ones to look out for.
Yeah. I don't know, Saram can attack pretty well. He can catch me off guard with his low attack somehow. I'm not sure.
Well, if he can do that, then he may become a formidable opponent. Grebe, he often tells me that he's crap at melee and he prefers shooting. I don't think Grebe's too bad at melee compared to some people I've seen. But yeah. he doesn't play enough. He plays too much Verdun, in my opinion, to because I like train every day with my melee. I know a lot of other people in the regiment do a lot of training as well. And then there's the people who are regularly coming to events, so they're constantly there getting that extra practice in. And then there's the people who only come to 1 or 2 events. So, William, he's okay. He just needs to fix his guard a bit more. Whenever I do an up attack, he seems to fail to block it, unfortunately. So, Group 7.
That's going to be
where
good.
Things start to get interesting.
Oh yeah. Skelet is very good, as far as I know.
Oh, we got. I say.
Demon.
I haven't seen Crocodile do too much melee, but I've heard that Crocodile can do okay. But I think that the 3 main ones to look out for in this group: Demon, Skelet, and Ulrich.
Yeah, definitely.
As all of them can do impressive things when they want to. So yeah, that is a very interesting group. Sponge is also good at melee, so you also will look out for him in his match against Demon. So that is a very good group. There's no clear winners in that one. They're all very good melee. I personally think it's going to be Skeleton Ulrich.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Demon does very good feinting, but he often lets his guard down. I haven't seen enough of Crocodile to judge. And Sponge is great, but he doesn't. The others practice almost daily, just like me. So.
Right. Yeah.
And Group 8, this one is also very interesting because it has some potential winners in it, but at the same time, there is a few not so great people in there. Cough, Jobius, cough. I personally think that Game Silver has it in to win this competition. I have beaten Game Silver a few times, but I had to chamber and I had to kick to beat him. I personally rate him one of the best in this tournament.
Yeah.
Jimmy and May are on a kind of equal level. They're both good, but they can be beaten. However, I do think that they are better than Nissi and Jobius because they do train almost daily with Game Silver.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Nissi can put up a good defense. Jobius is the only one who... Yeah. We'll see how things go. See how things go with that.
Let's just put it this way: even I can beat Jobius.
The problem Jobius has is he thinks that he trains his melee, but he trains it on native.
Yeah.
Native melee is so different to the art of the Napoleonic Wars melee. Nonetheless, Jobius can kill occasionally, so we'll see if he does standard. If he gets through, then I apologize, Jobius, and I repent everything I've said. If not, I told you so. So, shall we look at Group 1, or would that be biased?
What? Say that again?
Shall we look at Group 1, or would that be biased?
No, I'm fine with looking at Group 1.
Alright, well, we'll start with Supreme, because he's not in the group.
I'd say Jamsy, if he can get his spamming right, he could probably go through if he's lucky. But that's down to the day, I guess. I haven't seen you fight that much, to be honest, Jhrdog.
Yeah.
And I know Brava can be pretty good at it. He is pretty good at melee. And I'm not too sure with Zerg. But I'm pretty sure you'll probably go through Skipper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're probably gonna end up through Skipper unless like some stroke of a miracle.
Unless I get pinged.
Yeah.
We may have to
praying for
reorganize the time of the fights if I get pinged though. Helps to be the tournament organizer. Yeah, I think it's hard to not be zealous here. As far as I know, I'm the only one who trains daily.
Yeah.
And I know how to chamber. Sometimes it often screws up, but I know how to chamber. I do definitely know how to anti-chamber. I know how to block chambers. I know how to kick, but it requires a specific timing. I know how to feint, and I know how to block. So with those, I think that I stand a chance of getting through. Everyone else, it kind of depends what happens in the fights. Jhrdog,
Right.
You've been doing a lot of practicing. I know that you've often been doing some duels with me in our melee trainings and stuff to try and get better. And your blocking has definitely improved, so you've got that defensive advantage. Jamsy relies on spam. When he tries to block, it doesn't work, but spam can be deadly. I don't know, did we put in the rules that spam was allowed or not? Oh, no spamming is one of the rules, so I think Jamsy's going to suffer with that rule. Yeah. Yeah. So Serg is Russian. He's good friends with Max and Demon, so he could pose a threat.
Yeah, because he
but
practices
at
with
the
them.
same time, he is slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that will probably let him down. And Braver is brand new to the game, so he can get his kills in, but it's mainly due to luck, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can get lucky quite a lot.
He can.
Yeah, I've seen him get lucky quite a bit.
I was going to go into backstory about how I got lucky on a server earlier on, but I'm not going to bother because we're here to commentate, aren't we? So yeah, interesting. We won't go any further than who we think will do well in the group stages because we'll save that for future commentaries. Now, for this match, me versus Jhrdog.
Alrighty, what server are we gonna do this on?
first of all, let's commentate about the match.
Okay.
So how many hours have you played on Opponent Wars?
Alright, let's see. On Mountain Blade itself, I have 818 hours, but I want to say at least 600 of that is the NW.
I personally have spent 1,318 hours on Warband overall, and I'd say that over 1,000 hours of that was on Opponent Wars.
Yeah.
So I have the advantage in the sense that I've played more, but that doesn't mean everything.
Right.
So your melee, speak to us about your style. How do you generally tend to fight?
Defensive. I try to do defensive when I can, but I have problems blocking, so that's my main. Alright.
User was moved out of your channel.
Sorry for that interruption. Connection issues. Let's hope it doesn't happen in the duel. So yeah, Jhrdog, what were you saying about your melee style? You're saying you play defensively.
I try to at least. I wouldn't say I'm very good at melee, honestly.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time in the 120th rifles, so that's probably not the best thing to. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nonetheless, since you've been in the 126th, you have worked quite a lot on your melee.
I've tried to at least, yeah.
Yeah. And you never know, I can make a slip up.
Yeah, or or something.
Yeah. So.
Which could be detrimental.
I have been fortunate to have been in many, many, many regiments, and all of them have been line infantry. A lot of them melee orientated, and I started the game with a very poor computer. And so I trained with lag and with ping. The moment I got a brand new PC, all I had to worry about was the ping. So suddenly that had a huge bonus to my melee. Because if you get used to playing with a handicap, the moment you take off the handicap, suddenly things shoot in the air.
Right.
So I learned to play defensively first because, of course, I had the disadvantage of the lag. And so I learned how to block. The moment you learn how to block, you are then fine in staying in duels for a while. You just need to learn then how to attack your opponent. So I learned how to feint. I learned how to kick, and I learned how to chamber. And with practice from the group fighting server, yeah, doing various other duels and things, I also learned a bit of how to block chambers. I doubt I'll need to block any chambers, unless you pull something out of your sleeve.
Yeah,
but nor do I think that I will necessarily do any kicks or chambers myself, because it's too risky. There's too much at stake, and I don't particularly want to lose the opening round. I mean, the group stages are the best place to show off, because there's it's not knockout rounds. If you lose, then you can always regain, but the first round does have huge impacts. So that's my melee in a nutshell. Supreme, what do you have to say about our melee?
I've seen, Skipper, you're very good at blocking, and you can chamber pretty well. Jhrdog, again, I haven't seen you play too much in the melee, because I've been fighting alongside you normally.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to watch you. But I would say overall Skipper has the advantage over you due to more experience.
I agree.
So it looks like I've got the advantage, but as this year has taught us from the World Cup, with Spain going out very early, Brazil getting absolutely knackered, and USA getting pretty far into the round 16, I think, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Hey guys, and welcome to our post-match analysis.
Hi.
Hey.
So the very first match was between me and Jhrdog. It was a 3-0 win to me, so this puts me 3 points ahead of everyone else in the group, although only 2 of us have played. And Jhrdog is currently last place with -3.
Oh, it's not a good day for the Jars.
So Jhrdog is going to face whoever comes second in the match between Jamsey and Serg. If he wins 3-0 in that, then he's back to 0.
Woo!
Yeah. If I lose 3-0 to my next match, I'll be back to 0. If I win all 3, I'll be up to 6. If he loses all 3, he'll be -6.
Stranger things have happened.
Yes.
No.
So was that as we predicted?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll do a little post-match analysis. So I'm just going to tell the people watching that we did do a bit of practice before doing the actual thing, because I wanted to check my ping was okay, and we want to do a bit of warm-up and everything, just a bit of fun. I tend to be a bit slower in the practice, and I was doing like kicks and stuff to just mess around. And this allowed Jhrdog and Supreme to kill me a few times. Did you notice any difference when I did the 3-0 thing?
Nope.
Well, I did. First of all, I feinted more than focusing on chambering, kicking, or attacking. So duel number 1, I won that through the use of over-feinting, and that just put you off. Number 2, I hit you a lot of times. That was simply because I got you off guard once, and now I just kept following that through. I didn't let you recover. And then the third duel, 1-hit kill, quite simple, nice little stab to the head with the momentum, side hit. Yeah. Not that Supreme's commentary picked up any of that.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it was enjoyable commentary. What do you guys have to say about the match?
You cheated.
Okay, Supreme, what do you have to say about it?
It was very interesting recording.
Very interesting recording. No comments on my or Jhrdog's technique?
It's too big. That's what she said.
We'll discuss the video files in a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Don't hit me.
So, Jhrdog's tactic tended to be the same as when he was practicing.
Not a good idea.
Basic attack, basic defense.
Yeah.
Noob.
I wasn't even concentrating. Did you faint?
I don't remember.
He passed out.
Neither do I. We'll just say no then.
Maybe after you stabbed me. Unless you'd like to call that deceased.
Yeah, unless it was the first round, that probably didn't work out too well then. Yeah. You didn't kick, you didn't chamber, so it was quite basic tactics. You did get a few blocks in, which was good.
I think it was the second round.
I wouldn't
was
say
good.
it was a thrashing, in the sense that it wasn't one-hit insta-kills from the beginning.
Right.
It definitely wasn't.
Yeah, not really that much to say about this post-match analysis. It was quite a basic opening match, but first of all, I'm happy. Allows me to shoot up there to the top of the group. Nice psychological implications.
Fancy poop.
The opposite.
So this match basically just stroked your ego.
Yes. No, I'm not going to boast or anything. I'm just going to say that I'm happy that I am ahead of the group, in the sense that I feel safe going into the next few rounds, that I can be a lot more relaxed. Jhrdog, on the other hand, how are you?
Not very safe.
Not very safe.
Gonna be like England.
All you gotta do is keep winning these next matches. You've still got 4 other. Hang on, how many? You've still got 3 other people to face. If you win all those matches, you do have a chance of going through. I've got to win too.
You can do it, Jhrdog.
I
have faith.
I don't really know what to say anymore.
I believe you can win.
Very, yeah, interesting technique. Yeah. We hope to see this group go far. Alright guys, tune in to see Jamsy versus Serg in the next match. We will be doing, of course, our commentaries for that. This time I'll be able to record, and we'll have Shrillix with us. Supreme, you can join us if you want. Your choice.
Oh, yay. I will love that.
4 commentators. Ooh, spoiling the spectators a bit there.
Ooh. Gonna have different camera angles and everything.
Without going in depth at all, because we'll save that for tomorrow. Predictions for tomorrow's match.
Oh,
what's tomorrow's match?
Jamsy versus Serg.
I think Serg's team's looking very strong at the moment. I mean, after their victory over the last few events. Oh, sorry.
Last few events? What are you talking about? It was round 1.
No, I was thinking, like in the World Cup, they were like, they've won a few games before.
Oh,
They're in a
right.
good spirit. But it turned out terrible.
But yeah, no, I'd say Serg is like to win, seeing as spam is not allowed, and that's what Jamsy tends to rely on. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Have a great time, and we'll see you for the next match.
Bye.
Bye-bye.